Hello, my name is Julia Weibel and I call myself the creator of the unfolded universe because I'm folding everything. All kinds of shapes, all kinds of materials, from paper, PVC, leather, felt. I fold with all those materials different things and objects which are represented in the field of fashion, furniture, decor, installation, and so on. Today I'm going to show you the basics of folding. We can start with a really simple fold, which is called the zigzag fold. And with this kind of fold, you can create amazing different three-dimensional objects. So let's start. The tools you need are, first, a piece of paper. I use 180-gram paper, and everything between 150 and 200 grams works pretty well for folding. So I took it from a big roll, that's why it's like this, but I can flatten it and then we can work with it. Second important thing is rulers. I work always with two rulers because I have a big one for the long lines and then a small one for carving those little folds, so it's kind of easier. And I'm using a set square for really accurate geometric drawing, which is really important. Then, of course, we use scissors and a cutting knife. You need a fine liner or a pencil. Depends, you can also just remove the lines after you draw it, or you just leave it on the inside of the pattern. Last but not least, you need a folding bone. With this tool, you can carve all those lines which gonna be folded after. So this is a really important tool. You can get it in every craft shop. And it's a really long-lasting tool. Okay, let's start. You take your paper, put it on your mat, take a ruler and start to draw the first line. I use a fine liner, but you can also use a pencil. So you take your ruler and you draw one long line. Then the pattern I created for this workshop is super simple. It is always a 2 centimeter step 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you take your set square and draw a 90 degrees angle. And so I do 3 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you're going to do the same on the bottom. Now I'm going to connect them. The vertical ones and the horizontal ones. Now I take the scissors or the cutting knife and just cut off the paper I don't want to use, I don't want to fold, and just focus on my pattern. I will show you now which lines you would draw. I use a different colored pen, like red, so you can see which lines you're gonna crease and which ones you just draw in order to just draw the pattern. So the ones you're gonna forward are those and those. Okay, so this is your pattern. All the red lines are supposed to be folded. The horizontal line was just in order to get those points. so ignore them. So I take the small ruler again because it's easier to like navigate, and I'm starting to grease the first line, and I give it quite a good pressure. It's like, yeah, I don't know if you can see, but you should be able to see a little bit of a scar on the other side. So let's go. And now we're gonna start folding. So you take a piece of paper and you start to bend the first line with your fingers, and then you take the folding bone and give this fold like a little squeeze so you have a really nice and beautiful line. Then you turn the paper and you start to bend it on your crease, and again take a folding bone and just give it a good push. Second fold and continue. And you've got your first little harmonica. And now the tricky part begins, because you're gonna fold the diagonal lines. You can always see the grease on the other side, so in order to just fold it, you kind of have to push the paper, and I hold it here down with my finger because I want to get this forward. So I'm pushing on this side and I just drag it down, and you can see naturally through the grease the paper just moves in this direction. And first diagonal fold. So you do it with the other side again. It always goes from left to right, second row, left to right, third row, left to right, and so on. So you always move from side to side, kind of knitting. You always start from one side and you go to the other one. Okay, second one is again like, I keep it a little bit folded so it's easier, and I just push this fold down and it's already jumping in its shape. Okay, next. You always, after every fold, you give it a good squeeze. And last one. So first row is done. Congratulations. Second one seems a bit more tricky, but if you get it once, then you know always how to do it. You just have to get the feeling for one time. So I am now changing direction. It means this kind of zigzag is going to be the other way. So this side is going to be up, 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 until here. Here you stop. And here you start to bend the diagonal folds, left and right. And you can tell there is another fold, but it's an up fold. That's down, that's up. So, and here you see now you don't know what to do on the side, so you just have to go back, change the direction, and move it until the end. And here you're already shaping it, and you can tell one fold is done, second one to follow. So use your fingers, shape it from the back and the top. Don't be afraid to touch the paper. Of course, you don't want to wrinkle it. Be gentle, but if there's a folded crease, you can really start to bend it and use those lines. Okay, so second fold is done, and then it just continues. This side goes up, just the opposite. Here it goes down. It kind of naturally already falls into shape. Again, up and down. It looks simple. It is simple once you have the feeling for it. So don't give up. Try the other side. It's again, we change the direction of this. We want to have this fold down and this up. So I just change it. I started it back. I just change it like this. And then here, you can already tell, you just don't go further than the last line, fold, and then you just bend it here already, and you can see it's folding. And then we quickly do the other side, otherwise it's gonna kind of get stuck here, the paper wants to move, so, second one. And it's really like a finger game, like I'm pushing from the back, and my thumbs are like trying to push it down on the front, and so on. My fingers are kind of working together in the back and in the front, and so it's just gonna be another fold. I hope you all succeeded in doing this one. I think in the next video I'm gonna show you the first object you can create with this 6 fold.